Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I was literally about to go to bed and this literally popped up on my feed.
I genuinely do not understand this at all whatsoever. Do you understand this?
It's crazy. I mean, the rumors have been swirling all over the internet, and essentially Gwyneth Paltrow was framed as somebody who was mocking Megxi. Now, when I watched her cooking video, which used the same music that Meghan Markle had used in her With Love Meghan series, and I watched her do that little dance off and cook breakfast in her real authentic kitchen, I personally was convinced. I thought, yeah, she's definitely mocking With Love Meghan. She's definitely taking a jibe at it. She's clearly not a Sussex squad. And then this popped up on my social media. Now, I was in two minds initially when I saw it, because at first I thought to myself, maybe it could just be a coincidence. Maybe it could just kind of like be something that just happened to take root, or it's something that she organically just decided to film. Do you know what I mean? And then I saw this clip of them together, clearly in Gwyneth'S house, and I thought to myself, oh my god, this is crazy. But there were two things that definitely sprung to my mind. It was the fact that I do believe that her original video of her laughing and you know, doing the little up kick in her kitchen and making breakfast was kind of like interplay on the With Love Meghan series. But I think that in Gwyneth Paltrow's defense, she really wasn't aware, like a lot of A-listers and a lot of Hollywood types, of the extent of dislike for the Duchess of Sus. Rachel Meghan Markle is not liked in the least bit. She has a bigger hate train, probably one of the biggest hate trains that's been seen in human history. And I do believe that she will go down as one of the most hated women of the 22nd century. She's disliked. She's never going to be liked. And I think that this was kind of like a mutually beneficial post, because it actually popped up on Gwenny's Instagram reel, her stories, and Megxi has reposted it on her social media. And the truth of the matter is if you study the body language, she's kind of like, you know, Gwyneth says to her, as you just saw, oh, do you understand this whole rivalry that we seem to be, you know, we've kind of been intertwined in on social media? And Megxi's like, no. And she like smirks, and then her whole body language kind of closes off and she looks away out from the camera. And I felt as though in that moment it's an admission of defeat, because Megxi has gone on record in the past and she said, I don't watch anything on social media anymore about myself. I don't consume social media because it's negative and it's dangerous for my mental health and blah, 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 blah. And it made me want to unalive myself, and I wasn't allowed to have any access to mental health services when I was in the firm. And that's an utter lie. I mean, we literally have the current Prince of Wales leading a initiative for mental health support, so that's a lie. And then we also have Queen Camilla, who actively advocates on behalf of mental health issues. And there's many members in the royal firm who have admitted in the past to having mental health struggles, and they have been able to seek help. So she just literally finds a way to lie her way out. Well, she tries to attempt to lie her way out of situations and ends up in worse situations. But it's just quite interesting. Also, something else that's quite interesting is, of course, she has desperately now got this website, which is actually wrong, because she's actually merging the Duchess of Sussex title. She's using it for financial gain. When you're using that type of title, as everybody knows, when you have a real title, anything you do under that title pretty much is meant to be for a charitable cause. She's not doing that. She's siphoning the title off for financial gain. So she has this website that she's a member of, shopmy.us or whatever, and she has about 18 to 20 items on there. I'm not going to get into that in this video because this video is literally about what I've just seen. So what did I galvanize and get from this post of Gwenny with Megan? What I really got from this post was that the hate train for her is quite extreme, and she's desperate. It seems as though this was filmed, as I said, in Gwenny's house, and her body language, Meghan Markle's body language, was one of extreme defeat. She knows that she's not liked, and she also knows that she can't turn it around. You know, when you kind of discipline a child and you tell them off, and some kids are quite rebellious and rude, and they'll kind of laugh in your face, and they'll be like, I don't care if you're going to send me to the naughty step. I don't care if you're going to put me on timeout. Do what you want. I don't care if you're going to take my sweets. I don't care if you're going to take my PlayStation. I don't care. I don't whatever. Okay, fine. And then 10 minutes later, they're on the naughty step. They've been put on timeout and they're crying. And they're distraught and they're distressed, and they're like, oh, let me out. You know those kids. I mean, everyone saw those kids when they was growing up. You probably are raising kids or have raised kids who act like this. And that's essentially what she's doing here. So it's almost a body language of someone who's in denial. She goes into that closed off body language. She knows that all of the distrust and dislike is aimed directly at her. And Gwenny, on the other hand, probably was mocking the With Love Megan series, and she didn't even realize how deep it was, because she's a busy woman. I mean, she runs groups, she's acting in movies, she's doing so many different things, she's a business entrepreneur, she's a successful actress, and she probably didn't even really know that this was the backlash that was going to happen. She's just like, whoa, what's going on here? Why is she so disliked? But one thing for sure is she knew that this would be very bad for her image, her brand image, to be associated with someone slimy and as low down as the two grifters of Montecito. And she thought to herself, whoa, this is getting too big. I've never seen a hate train this big, and I have to disassociate myself. So what she's basically saying is, I'm not a part of this. I'm not anti-Megan, and I think that they probably won't have that many more future appearances. I'd be extremely surprised. But she wanted to disassociate herself from this mess, because it's better for her to come out and make a statement than let it build. And it definitely was building into something bigger than probably what she wants to do. She just wants to eat her little salads and sell her clothes and just live a good life. No one needs this drama of Megan in their life, someone who's just low down and scrappy. No one needs that in their life. So she invited her to her house. From what I saw, it seems as though they were getting ready to film some kind of episode. We know that Megxie has launched her podcast. She's put up a trailer for the podcast, which should be playing somewhere around here now. And so we know that this is obviously good for business for the Duchess of Sus. But I think she has kind of realized herself that she's fighting a losing battle. She cannot win this one. She can't turn it around. Why she's battling on, I don't know. Maybe like King Charles said, she's tungsten, right? She can take on anything. But some battles just aren't worth fighting for. So yeah, that's all I can really say. I was surprised by the post. I really didn't feel as though Gwyneth Paltrow's original video really was a definitive sign that she was a supporter or anti of Meghan, and I really just feel as though it was sympathy as well to have her around. I think a lot of celebrities actually feel quite sorry for her. So essentially Gwyneth was doing charity work, I guess. It's kind of like, sorry dude, man, you got a really tough time, a really dire situation going on there. So with all that being said, guys, I guess take care of yourselves. I'll be back with another video. Bye guys.